Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Northwestern Central Railway. Now, real quick, before I actually do the review real quick, I want to show off the little showcase because I did change it a bit. Starting at the bottom left, got all the box cars here. This is the one from my second to last video. This is third to last video. Second to last video for the hot box car. My poster celebration series 6464 State of Maine. And we got a milk car. Alright, now coming up top left, we got our glorious Tootsie Roll tank car. Kept the Lego inspection car up there. Box cab, electric. I don't think I have done a video on that, but that will be coming out shortly if I didn't do one. Got a trolley, my MTH trolley, and a little Lionel truck. Here's top right. We got diesel. Like, you suspected of giving some drugs, so yeah, he's definitely looking very suspicious right now. Yeah, you and Walter White ain't hanging out soon. We got a missile car, and then we got this piggyback car. I'm gonna take this off on the next video because I do not like how it looks. Because it does not fit with the rest of the mood of this, and also I can get something a little bit more vibrant. And then you got our post-war celebration series missile car. And then bottom right is where it gets interesting. I actually got a train here that I did not do a review on, but I won't because it's actually broken and I do not know how to fix it. So we got a Lionel TMCC Camelback, and I believe it has Rail Sounds 1 on it. Oh, excuse me. And that is actually extremely cool because I believe that's the only Rail Sounds 1 engine I have in my entire collection. So, fingers crossed I could try to find a way to get that fixed, and then I'll do a video on it, because it actually, if I remember correctly, had some pretty damn cool sounds. And coming up on you got my little poster Lehigh Valley hopper with my little, I would say arts and crafts made of a coal load. And then I got my little Marks engine here. It doesn't have a number on it, so it's a little hard to actually say what type of engine it is, but yeah, there you go. But enough of that. We are gonna get to the real roots of the video. Now, we got I'll just start off right now. Uno, dos, y tres. So we got 3 items here. Can you guess which one? So I'm gonna say right now, a little background text. We're gonna do a little game here. All 3 of these cars I originally purchased at my local hobby store. And I want you to figure out in the comments which car out of the 3 I actually bought as a not from the clearance section, but one I actually spent a good amount of money on. Leave your comments down below on your guesses. I'm interested to see what they got. And I will do a reveal video once we get enough voters, so keep those votes coming in. So here we got so we're going to show these off in different groups. So we got a set of K-line O-gauge crane and work caboose, which I believe were around 2003 to 2005. And although they're actually looking really well, I did have to do some work on it because the mechanism for moving the crane up and down didn't work, and I needed to open up the cab here for the crane to get that going. And then for the work caboose, yeah, I saw some original photos of this. There actually is let me just try hard to do this one hand. There actually used to be a weight down here. I don't know who took it out, so it just makes this car extremely light because 80% of it is plastic, and then the rest of 20% are the 2 trucks with the magnetic couplers and with the metal couplers and metal screws holding it in the base. Now, and then we got this Lionel post-war celebration series. I forgot what numbers. 2461 Transformer car. Now, it's in okay condition, and quite frankly, this is one of my most exciting purchases in a while, because this is actually something I was recently looking for to make this video happen, and I'm excited for that. We'll get to the run session later. But here we are, just a quick little rundown of the crane set here. Now, we got 2 little knobs on the left side, actually right side, my bad. what I love about this crane is that not only it's a, I don't know about the post-war cranes that Lionel made in their glory years, but I'm not 100% sure if they actually moved 360. This one actually does. If I can. There we go. The head of the crane does move 360, which is very, very nice. Now, this is probably the best part of the entire crane set that I love so much. Is because of all the little rivets on it. Now, you would think it's O gauge, and it's not gonna have too much detail. Like, oh, there goes tender there for crane ornament. You would think a O gauge car with this, like this type of caliber, would be low detailed, definitely not as good as a scale counterpart, and just really cheap for the budget because of how much plastic, metal, or very minimal amount of detail we use. I'm speaking to you, Marks. I'm not saying your stuff is bad, I really want to collect more of it. But this is actually a very nice O gauge crane. It's got, I mean this honestly, a shit ton of rivets on it. And the fact that this has a lot of rivets, confirming that this is O gauge, definitely shows that I believe Lionel did buy K-Line. What year? I don't know. I'm not really good with dates. But attention to detail, it's definitely there, and it makes this crane look really, really good. And even though that this is made for children, I would say this is definitely going to take a good beating until it actually breaks. But yeah, this is a good heavy stander. So as you already said, earlier, we got two knobs here, little shift wheels. So here we go. On the left one, I believe this moves the crane up and down. You tilt this to the left, raise it higher, right to the lower. I don't really want to keep it low that much because I believe that's what happened originally. They had the crane, actual crane level too low, and the string I disconnected from the actual shaft inside of the crane cab, which prevented it from going up and down again. It took me less than 2 minutes to realign it, but yeah. And on the right knob here, it moves the hook on the crane up and down. Turning it left and goes up, right will go down. Now, since this was used pretty decently, it's not really that stiff on movement, but yeah. It's pretty nice. Instead of like using the actual wheel, I just turned the entire wheel itself instead of using the little stick that's coming out of it. But yeah, since we got the crane down, let's look at the little work caboose that we got for it. So, just like with the Lionel post-war work caboose that they made, this is very, very basic and not too much detail here. And very differently from the crane counterpart, we have a ton of plastic here. So this is everything you get here. You got two side frames with Southern Pacific written on them. You got a Southern Pacific, since this is considered a caboose, you gotta have the caboose part of it in these sets. Because if it is just a crane and a work caboose, so-called work caboose, and you don't have this caboose section here, it's just going to be a flat car, or a car to hold the crane when it's actually going around the tracks. And so it's it's barely any detail, considering how much the metal crane was. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot of details on here. You got your rivets, you got your plastic molding of little, I don't even know what those things are on the side. I have no idea what those little square things look like or what they're supposed to do. You got your brake wheel back here, and of course this is made of plastic. It's not too much detail. It would have been really cool. Now I know they couldn't do this in the crane because of the mechanism move up and down and the hook move up and down. But at least add some details inside of the cab. It looks so bare bones and cheap. I don't know why they did it like that. I mean, come on. But needless to say, it's still pretty good, and I don't really have a problem with it either way. And then comes the the favorite part of the purchase here is the 2461 Transformer car. And yet again, it's another post-war celebration series car, so I'm really hoping to get more of that series because it captures, in my opinion, it captures the fun and essence of the post-war series with the modern flair of the very late 90s into the early to mid 2010s vibes, because I believe that's how long the series went for. So it was definitely successful. I don't know why they couldn't keep going with it. Oh yeah, I forgot they ran out of stuff to make for it. But yeah, as you can tell, this is I do have a good amount of post-war celebration series stuff, but it's definitely not good as a good not really a good size compared to how many actually exist, but it's a good start. It's definitely a good start. But since this is a post-war counterpart or a recreation of it, there's not a whole lot of details, and shockingly, the entire bed of this flat car, it's extremely heavy. It's entirely made out of metal. But the downside is the entire transformer is plastic and hollow. But yeah. So, since we got that out of the way, let's take these three items. Take these three items onto the layout. Alright, so we got the work train on the layout. Now, the reason I call it work train because since I mentioned about the Transformer car saying it completed something, this is a completed run of a full-blown construction or work train that can be dispatched at any time on the layout on the Northwestern Central Railroad if there is havoc on the rails. So, heading the work train is my post-war celebration series GG1. And then we're going to follow all the way down to the freight cars. So we're going to start off with a Virginia dump car. If we got to put some stuff into the car, and then we got to go to another warehouse to put all the broken parts in, dump it out. Got a dump car. Box car for storing anything, large or small. We got a flat car here with carrying wheels, if we got to replace some wheels on a engine or a freight car that is derailed. Next is the 2461, 2461 Transformer car. The two cranes, 1 and 2, got here. Next we got two post-war celebration series flat cars, one with the little plastic enhancement on it, and then one with that I took off. And then in the middle, we got a K-line track construction crane. I will get to a video on that later. And then at the end, of course, we got the Southern Pacific work train set that I showed earlier. So there's no reason to actually go into the show about the GG1 because I already did a video on it. But without further ado, let's send her out. I gotta start the engine up.
NC 2360, you may proceed.
Alright, so that about wraps up for this video. If you did hear some banging going on off camera, I do want to say, if something doesn't go right, the show must go on. I believe the Southern Pacific crane knocked into my Pensy station that, of course, made the loud crack, and now it's derailed. So I'm going to end this here before the power shorts out on the track. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and this is the Northwestern Central Railroad signing off. Take care.